Tiny monsters under the microscope. Secrets of the dengue mosquito revealed. Chapter 1. Getting to know the tiny mosquito better. Have you ever heard a faint buzzing in your ear at night? Or spotted a tiny black speck flitting in the corner of the room? To the naked eye, it looks like nothing more than a tiny insect. But take a peek under a microscope, and a vastly different world is revealed. Beneath its mere 3 to 4 millimeter frame lies an arsenal of 11 biological weapons, eyes with thousands of lenses, hairy legs capable of detecting the scent of our skin, a natural hypodermic needle that pierces painlessly, and most terrifying of all, the ability to turn our bodies into a battlefield in a matter of days. Meet Aedes aegypti, the blood-sucking demon. Brace yourself, because we're going to dissect it piece by piece. Let's begin. Chapter 2. The Deadly Little One. Why does the dengue-carrying mosquito appear so much smaller than the common house mosquito? When its eggs hatch in warm water, its metabolism accelerates rapidly. It transforms into an adult mosquito very quickly, but a side effect is its diminutive size. Despite being tiny, this mosquito possesses unmistakable characteristics. If one lands on your skin, look closely at its back. You will see white markings, specifically a vertical white line forming a Y shape, that vanish when you swat it. Its legs are also marked with horizontal white stripes. Being small does not mean being weak. In fact, its small size makes it more agile at dodging our swats and more adept at slipping into the nooks and crannies of a home. Chapter 3. The secret headquarters in our house. Where do they hide? The Aedes aegypti is not a wanderer. It is a homebody mosquito that loves human dwellings. However, it dislikes bright areas. Focus your search on dark corners, behind curtains, under the bed, or among clothes hanging on the wall. It also favors the humidity of bathrooms and dark kitchen corners. So, what brings them into our homes? It all starts with standing water, be it a teaspoon of water in a flower vase, the bottom of an undrained bathtub, or a discarded can in the yard. That is where the female lays hundreds of her eggs. These eggs can survive for months in dry conditions and hatch the moment they come into contact with water. Thus, spotting a mosquito in your home is a sign that their breeding ground is nearby. Chapter 4. Microscopic dissection. Eyes, antennae, legs, and wings. Let's start with the details visible under the microscope. First, look at the eyes. Wow. It's not just a single eye, but hundreds of tiny eyes, ommatidia, arranged neatly like a honeycomb. With these compound eyes, they can't make out the details of our faces, but they are geniuses at detecting movement. Even the slightest twitch of a hand is instantly spotted, which is why it's so hard to swat them. Second, look at the 2 stalks on the head, the antennae. Notice the long, fine strands along the shafts. These are auditory hairs. In males, these hairs are incredibly dense, resembling a brush, and serve to pick up the sound of a female's wing beats for mating. In females, the hairs are sparser and are used to detect threats. Third, observe the long legs. They aren't designed for running, but for landing with extreme gentleness, so we don't sense their presence. The tiny hairs on the legs are sensilla, essentially miniature noses that detect our body odor from a distance. Fourth, look at the wings and the golden yellow body under the microscope. They are covered in layers of delicate scales. The microscopic structures on the wings aid in flight aerodynamics and insulation. But why are they so fragile? Because the scales are only loosely attached in adaptation to reduce air resistance. If you touch them, they rub off like dust. Chapter 5. The silent needle and the poison moves. Chapter 5. The silent needle and the poison moves. Under a microscope, its mouth resembles a microscopic hypodermic needle known as a proboscis. This needle consists of 6 tiny, blade-like structures working in unison, 2 to anchor the skin, 2 to pierce it, and 2 channels for suction. Its function is to draw human blood, which provides the protein needed to mature its eggs. While feeding, it injects saliva containing an anticoagulant. If the mosquito carries the dengue virus, that virus enters our bodies in the process. Why do we experience fever or chills after being bitten? It is not caused by the bite itself, but rather by our immune system waging an all-out battle against the dengue virus, which infects white blood cells. So, do mosquitoes die if they go a long time without a blood meal? Male mosquitoes, which feed only on flower nectar, can survive. Females can survive for days or even weeks without blood, though their lifespan is shorter and they are unable to lay eggs. Chapter 6. Weapons against monsters. Is there food that makes you immune to bites? There is no magic food. Myths regarding garlic and vitamin B1 lack strong scientific evidence. Immunity is actually achieved through vaccination. So, how do you keep them away? First, destroy their breeding grounds. Drain bathtubs weekly. Cover all water storage containers and recycle discarded items that can collect water. Second, block their access to you. Use window screens, safe mosquito repellent lotions, and bed nets. Third, clear your home of hanging dirty clothes, as these are their favorite hiding spots. Chapter 7. Aedes aegypti, a complex little monster. So, through the microscope, we learned that Aedes aegypti is a complex little monster from its alert compound eyes, sensitive antennae, and scaly wings to its virus-carrying needle. A single bite can turn a day into a painful week, but science has given us a weapon: prevention. They may be tiny, but the danger is immense. Don't underestimate the pools of stagnant water in your home. Maintaining a clean environment is the most powerful vaccine we have. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future scientific adventures. See you in the next video. Stay vigilant and stay healthy.